I created this project to explain the concept of inheritance. Inheritance is one of the 4 fundamental principles of object-oriented programming. The principle of inheritance states that subclasses of a particular program can inherit and access the methods and functions of the superclass, which is also the parent class. So what they mean by this is that all the functionalities that are available in the superclass or the parent class can also be accessed and used by the subclass, which is the child class. The essence of inheritance is to enhance code reusability and also to help code maintainability. Now, this program models a vehicle. So a vehicle can be used, it's just a general term to describe any mechanism or any machinery in place that can be used to transport people from one place to another. So a vehicle is just like a general name for them. So a vehicle can be a car, a vehicle can be an aircraft, can be a train, it can be a ship, it can even be a bicycle. So hence the use of vehicle to refer to all these terms. Now, a car will be a subclass of a vehicle because a car will be used to refer to a specific mode of transportation, which is the land transport. And an aircraft can be used to describe a specific mode, which is the air transport. But in general, we can use vehicle to describe all these transport modes combined together. So now, in this program, we have a vehicle class. So the vehicle class is supposed to have all the functionalities or all the characteristics that every vehicle can have. But I just have few here, few major ones. The first one is that every vehicle must move. Then every vehicle must have the ability to turn, that's like steer to right or left, and every vehicle must eventually stop. This is the general attributes of every vehicle. Then now I have this aircraft class. This aircraft class is the subclass of the vehicle class, and it inherits all the functionalities and attributes of the vehicle class. So all the behaviors that the vehicle class has, the aircraft class will inherit, and we also be able to use those behaviors and attributes. Then this aircraft class now have its own peculiar characteristics, things that are peculiar to the aircraft or vehicles that move in the air. So these are some of the characteristics of aircraft. Like every aircraft must eventually take off, then they land, and they also have some properties such as number of doors, mass, altitude, carriage capacity, depending on the aircraft type. Then under these aircraft types, we have helicopter, which is a specific type of an aircraft. So the helicopter class now will inherit all the behaviors of the aircraft class and that of the vehicle class, which is superclass. Then it will also have its own peculiar characteristics or features associated with it. For instance, the aircraft class will have a feature of like to accelerate, maybe like to increase its speed while it's on motion. So now, to let me display this program. Let's see how this program functions. So now, once you start this program, it will call this default constructor, and this constructor is from the parent class. Now this constructor will give you the opportunity to impute some values that are required for this program to run. So like it's asking for a certain information. For instance, you have to the first one is the carriage capacity. So you have to indicate the vehicle you are using. Okay, you say it's aircraft, so how many people does the aircraft carry? So you can indicate here. Then what's the type of the vehicle? Helicopter. What's the model? You impute the model. You specify the color, the engine type, the number of doors, and the name of the helicopter. So after that, you can start calling functions to show how this helicopter class will behave. So let's call the first function now should be let's say helicopter dot takeoff. So once you call this function, it will require you to pass in 2 parameters before it will function. So the first one is asking for the speed, because for a vehicle to move, it will need a speed and a direction. So the first parameter here, let's input 50 as a speed, then let's say is 0 direction. So once you run this program, it will print a message telling you that the aircraft just took off from the runway at a speed of 50 knots in a direction of 0 degree. So this is one function. You can also call accelerate, like to, okay, since it's on motion now and it's going at a speed of 50, you can also increase the speed, like to say helicopter dot accelerate. So it will also require you to impute a parameter, like at what rate. So you can say like at a rate of like 40 knots. So once you run the program again, so the initial speed will be incremented by 40. So the aircraft is currently moving at a speed of 40 knots. You can also like call a function to say like maybe you want to turn to the right or the left. You can say helicopter dot turn. So once you call this function, it will prompt you to choose where you want to turn to, whether the left or the right. You can choose to turn to left. Once you say left, then it say you just took a left turn. So this program, I believe, has explained the concept of inheritance. And also, you know that this turn method is not in this helicopter class, rather it is in the parent class. It's in the parent class. So look at the function here. So which shows that the subclass can actually inherit and use properties of the parent class. Thank you.